You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Thank you so much for listening on a Monday. Welcome to the program, Dan. How you doing, sir?
I'm just fine on a Monday, guys. How are you?
I am fine and dandy. How are you, Heidi?
It's Monday.
How's married bliss and stuff?
It is blissful.
Just living the dream, Dan.
Good. Way to go. Way to go. A couple things to recap here as well. We're certainly aware. The two new schools in the Sioux Falls School District. It's not really a contest, but that ended Friday on the 4th, correct?
Correct.
Was there a prize if you won that?
Good question. Boy, you would think so.
A cup of ice
Should
cream.
have been.
Maybe one of those beautiful Sioux Falls flags.
Yeah. Not a fan of those, huh?
No, I thought no. But the school district received over 2,000
votes.
Yeah,
Really?
people dialing in, and apparently, from what I understand, the school district will make their decision the end of the month. So
Okay.
it's still going to be
They
a while
haven't announced
before
it
we
yet.
find out. Yeah, but I would like to have been in the room when they came across our entry of Williams and Ree, the Indian and White Guy High.
Indian the White Guy High.
That's just a great name.
Yeah,
I love it.
agree. It's a great name.
I don't know how many people submitted that. We asked a lot of people to do it. We even had it on our Facebook page for a while. Had many people tell me they did. So I hope they got a good showing there.
I think what's going to happen is the high school will be Jefferson.
I think so,
just
too.
because
I
it
think
makes sense.
Needs to be.
And the middle school will be some hippie.
Some hippie. Well, then it could be Williams and Ray.
Some hippie that hadn't done anything for anybody would be a hippie. Those people. We're talking about.
No, then that wouldn't be Williams and Ray.
And speaking of
They've done
stuff
a lot for a
going
lot.
on around here, I happened across this, and I love this. And the reason I asked you, how's that whole married thing going?
Yeah.
Okay.
South Dakota, way back in the day, was like the divorce capital of the United States.
Really?
No kidding.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
I wonder why that is.
Here's how it went. Like, when they were still doing shoot 'em outs, West River, and all that
Sure.
kind of stuff, still the Wild Wild West. Sioux Falls was more than well established, but you could come to South Dakota, gain residency within 3 months,
Okay.
and the judges were all very, as the article said, very divorce friendly.
Oh, wow.
Like, yep, no problem, $50, no problem. It just ran them through.
Huh.
Basically, until some politicians decided that's probably not what they want the state to be known for.
Don't want to be known as the X.
Yeah, and
This
so
is the X
Nevada
capital of the
took
world.
over after the mafia built
Yeah.
Las Vegas. Now Nevada is fairly simple. Well, you can get married by Elvis in a chapel there when you're drunk. So
Then you get your divorce by like a fake Judge Judy the next day.
that's kind of what it is. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. South Dakota was the place to go for divorces.
Well, now we know.
Not anymore. Mine. That still might be going on, and that started in '89. Not sure if I've signed off yet. So
Well,
checks are going somewhere.
I'll keep you in my prayers. There we go. Coming up here in a bit, we've got manly men doing manly things in a manly fashion. We're going to get to that before you know it. Thanks for listening to Sunny 93.3.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Excuse me, haven't I seen you on the MTV?
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Thank you so much for listening on a Monday. We've got now this little feature we started a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, whenever we started it. I don't know when it was.
It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think it was the 23rd of December or something like that. Anyway, it is the Manly Men Doing Manly Things in a Manly Fashion program.
This is a big deal, and you guys kind of broached this subject the other day. What would happen if one of you dirt napped it while you were in
While
bed?
having
Yeah.
intercourse.
And then I cannot get that out of my head. So thanks,
Sorry.
thanks for that.
Yeah, Heidi, after we got
Boy,
off the
talk
air,
about bonus.
after we got off the air, Heidi had to go into more detail for Dan. And
Oh,
we were
Lord.
washing his eyes out. Ah!
Man. And this is part of it. Guys, and pretty much anybody probably over the age of, 10 or 12 should be able to perform simple CPR.
Oh, yeah.
I have twice in my life had to do that.
No kidding.
Here's the stats. Literally a quarter of the United States population, a quarter will be in a situation where they either need it or someone needs to administer it before the first responders get there, and that can take time.
I know how to do CPR. I've never had to do CPR, but I've had to do the Heimlich 3 different times.
Staying alive.
There you go. Heimlich,
I've
little
saved-
different deal than CPR. Yeah.
You saved our
I've saved
son
3
twice.
people. Yeah.
And then who else did you save?
Our daughter, and then our nephew, Sam. He started choking one time when he was at our house. So
there you go. Yeah, there's an
dude.
art to it. It's not that difficult to do, but a lot of people will just freak out, run away, wait for somebody else, whatever.
I saved a guy, and I'm doing air quotes. That doesn't really translate to the radio, does it?
We know what you're talking about, John. Make a note. John made air quotes, which isn't irritating at all,
especially on the radio. The guy that I saved, he was not really choking. He was trying to get a free meal.
He was trying to get a free meal at a restaurant.
Seriously, and he did.
John was doing.
I gave him Heimlich.
Kidding me?
He's breathing, and he was breathing on me. I could feel him breathing, but the guy kept like doing this, pretending like he was choking thing, and then they called the paramedics. He got his
meal for free.
Just lay a beating on him.
I was like, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me!" And Heidi was like, "I think we should just
better go.
Leave." So what happened? That guy over there did a terrible job trying to save me.
I was down in the lobby of a radio station I worked at years ago, and the receptionist, lovely young lady named Lori. By the way, I came down to the desk to drop something off, whatever. All of a sudden, she bolted straight up in her chair. Turned white as a ghost in a split second, keeled out of her chair.
Oh, wow.
And it was just me, and now
her on the floor.
Out cold on the floor.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I had learned CPR when I used to be in an hotel, but I worked for Addison Corporation for about a dozen years. And you had to know CPR. Sure. And I ran around the desk, and she was wearing a high collar blouse all buttoned up the back.
Okay.
Well, I knew, let's, open the airway, and I knew what I was doing, so I'm basically unbuttoning her blouse. And here comes one of the sales guys, and he stops and he goes, "Farris, seriously, dude, what are you doing?"
Saving her life?
All he sees is me taking his blouse off.
I thought you roofied her coffee.
Seriously, dude.
Did you Cosby that lady?
It turned out okay.
All right.
It turned out okay, but first impressions were not good.
I'm glad things ended nicely. Coming up here in a bit, we've got some water cooler talk to get to. That's coming up next hour. Also, we've got entertainment news of the day. And I don't know, as if this hasn't been entertaining enough, we've got much more on the way. Thanks for listening to Sunny 93.3 on a Monday.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
You heard it on your Walkman radio?
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. Thank you so much for listening on a Monday. It's time now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One in Sioux Falls.
Yes, right over there by the arena and the Premier Center.
I got to go there, by the way. We got tickets waiting for us. I keep forgetting.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a couple events coming up. Giving away tickets to the WWE Live. I got to go pick them up yet, so you might want to register for those if you're into that kind of thing. That's coming up. Is it this weekend or next weekend? I don't know. It's coming up soon. So
I haven't been in years. I think I brought my son for his 13th birthday, and he's 29 now. But the headliners were Brock Lesnar and Triple H.
Oh, hey. Yeah,
Brock Lesnar came walking out, and I had seen him on television, but we're pretty close. He comes walking. I have never seen a neck like that in my life.
He's a big
really?
dude.
So unbelievable, like a tree stump.
Yeah.
He was just scary.
He's from South Dakota, isn't he?
He's from Webster.
Yeah, I thought he was from here. So.
Yep, absolutely.
Now, speaking of South Dakota, we have a list of 100 things to do if you find yourself in Sioux Falls, South Dakota with a little bit of time on your hands. And this list was from the Argus Leader. They published it back in May.
Alexa Giebink put it together, yep.
Yeah. And we shared this. It's been on our page for quite some time, and we're up to what, like number 90 or something?
This is, we're starting at number 71, so we're almost done.
So we're going to go through all 10 a day, and when we get to the number 100, that's when we're going to start asking you what's missing from the list. So you can start chiming in now if you'd like.
This is a big deal. What started out with about 4 or 5 dozen bikers years ago is now, of course, Hot Harley Nights.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a big deal here. And it says, hey, you know what? Ride in the Hot Harley Nights motorcycle parade, which is cool. Extensive if you've ever watched it go by.
It's cool. I've been to it.
Amazing.
It's fun.
And they do great things.
I don't do parades.
I know you don't. I know. She gets violent even thinking about it.
I'm going to see if I can borrow me a crotch rocket to try to go through that parade.
That's impressive. Yeah, do that.
I don't think that would work really well. Hot Harley Nights on a crotch rocket.
Now, let's get ethnic. Grab yourself a rice burner there, John.
Oh, come on now.
Yep. Buy fresh produce at Falls Park Farmers Market.
I've seen where they do that. I've been where they do that, but never during the actual...
Well, there's a good one over at 8th and Railroad, too.
Yeah,
we've gone to the 8th and Railroad.
Okay.
So...
Good stuff. check out the site of the John Dillinger bank robbery.
Downtown.
You know where that is?
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
have been
Yeah.
there.
Bullet holes still.
Still got
in
them
the
there.
building. Yeah.
And it was a pretty amazing story. I don't know if a lot of people realize this, though, but a Sioux Falls police officer did get killed that day.
No kidding.
Really?
Shot to death, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep, he's in pursuit, so...
Huh.
There you go. Cheer on the Sioux Falls Storm. I love the caveat here. Cheer on the Sioux Falls Storm at a football game, as opposed to whatever else the
I was going to
Storm's out
just
there
cheer them
doing.
on right here today. Go Storm. Yeah, I'm done.
I'm actually glad they clarified that because I really don't know any of the teams that we have here other than the Canaries. Otherwise, I really
She only
don't
knows
know.
that because they have a beer deck.
Yes, they do. It is so much fun. They have a party deck.
Yeah, it's the only reason she
Oh,
knows.
Canary. Well, yeah, nice stadium. You know, my friend Matt Staub, former Sioux Falls City Parks and Rec Commissioner, he was the one who somehow found $4 million to rehab that stadium.
That's
Nice.
That actually is Matt Staub Memorial Stadium.
Is it really?
Okay, I didn't
Kind
know
of like
that.
Terrace Park when they took that funky old swimming pool and turned it into that big like aquatic park that it is now.
Right, right.
Yeah, Matt Staub owns that too.
Really?
Wow.
Well, no,
Sounds
that's
like
what I used to
need
make
get
up on
to
a different
know.
radio show, and he'd call being really angry at me. So
If you're
Matt
listening.
owns Northview Bait and Tackle now up on Kiwanis there. He'll set you up with leeches and minnows and a fine line of dog food too.
Mention Dan Farris, and you'll get a heck of a nice, not a discount, they'll double your price. So.
You get rushed right out the back door. Cosmic bowling at Empire Bowl.
I've not done that. We've thought about it. We've just never done it. So.
I love bowling just because I have a thing for rental shoes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you'll like this, you guys. We love this. Play bingo at Burnside.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give the plug. What goes on Saturday nights,
Saturday
guys?
nights,
Saturday nights,
10:05.
late night bingo. $1 beers.
And it's a late night happy hour. $1
That's
beers,
a lot of fun.
$10 bingo. It's a good deal.
Happen to love
Let's do that.
bingo.
Let's go again. It's been a little while.
Yeah.
We have to go do that.
There you go. See a Broadway musical at the Washington Pav.
Oh yeah, I've not done that.
Short for Pavilion. Excellent theater. They really did a nice job.
Seen a lot of shows there, but not a Broadway musical.
Grab yourself a glass of vino at Straw Bale Winery.
I've done that. That's out north of town.
Yeah, that's Don South and the crew.
Yeah, they've got a cool little stage area. It's a neat place. They do some
They've
festivals
done a nice
out
job
there.
over the years, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And finally, climb the observation tower at Falls Park.
That is
Oh, yeah,
beautiful.
we've done
I
that.
love that.
I took the elevator up.
If you want, I was going to say, if you want to do it the smart way, there's an elevator.
There's an elevator.
Those stairs go on and
Yeah.
on
Walking.
and
I'm like, I'm walking in
on
circles. When will I get to the top?
and on.
So when you do get up there, take a selfie of yourself with the falls behind you. That's the most popular thing. I
It's
see
a
a
pretty,
lot of those.
pretty cool view.
It is. So we are going through the list of 100 things to do if you find yourself in Sioux Falls with a little bit of time on your hands. And we've got 30 more to go or 20 more.
That was right about 20, John.
So like 20 more to go.
Yep.
And then when we're done with that, sometime this week we'll be done. We're going to be asking you for your opinions of what's missing on the list. And we're going to come up with some things, too, of what's missing on the list.
Yeah,
And then,
things that you think catch that Sioux Falls vibe.
yeah, if you really want to, experience Sioux Falls, what do you need to do while you're here? So chime in at facebook.com/sunnyradio.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris
What is that thing you're doing?
It's technical. It's one of our little toys.
on Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3. It is time right now for entertainment news with Dan Farris.
This is huge.
Ooh.
I don't even know
Bombshell?
how they're going to pull. Bombshell. Yeah. Yeah. You know those 27 Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean
Yeah, there's a lot of those movies.
Yeah. Well, number 6 apparently is being drafted, written, whatever you want to say. Johnny Depp.
Is excluded
Gone,
from the project.
man. He's been
What is-
canned. He's been kicked, terminated,
I
fired.
don't quite understand why, because he's the only thing. I've not seen the movies, which maybe I shouldn't admit that, but
It doesn't really say.
so it's just like they said, no.
According to producer, according to Disney, it's just, well, we wanted kind of a fresh take and a revamp and da-da-da-da-da. But to me, it's like, he's Captain Jack Sparrow. He is the Pirates of the
Is
Caribbean,
that
right?
kind of like studio speak for he wants more money than we think it's
No,
worth?
I think it's studio speak for they're just not saying actually what happened. I have
Or
no
is
idea.
it studio speak
I
for...
know that he had a political issue here not too long ago, and they may be just trying to distance themselves
hard
and
to
their
say.
franchise from...
But he made the last movie released, Pirates of the Caribbean, blah, 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 whatever. His take was $90 million. He got paid $90 million.
Well, that's probably why they're replacing him.
He's probably not hurting for cash.
Well, you consider just what production costs must have been, and all the other actors, actresses, etc., and he alone cost $90 million. So
that is just crazy. And I'm not saying that he's not worth it. Probably, I guess in that world,
he's already spent it all on bad tattoos and wine
and eyeliner, I believe.
No, the guy supposedly is broke.
Is he really?
He spends more money. Well, he spends money like a drunken pirate. It's nuts.
So I don't know who's going to be in the new movie. Probably not me. $90 million though. I wonder how much the new person will get.
Well, even if they,
less.
I have no idea what's going on here. I really don't know. I wish there were more news, or we knew exactly why they jettisoned Johnny.
He got to walk the plank. Did his character die in the last movie?
I don't believe.
I think he dies in every single movie.
Does he? Okay. Kind of like
I've never
Friday
watched
the 13th.
them.
But see, it's kind of all made up, John.
Oh, this isn't based on a true story?
No, it's based on a ride at Disneyland.
Okay. It really is.
So it runs pretty deep.
Yeah, this is. Went to the movie. All it was is a line for 2 hours. Terrible movie. Well, thank you so much for the entertainment news today, Mr. Farris. It's always a pleasure to have you in here.
My finger's on the pulse, man.
All right. So he's going to keep us up to date on what's happening in the entertainment world with a little entertainment news each day right here on Sunny 93.3.
You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
By the way, why are we wearing bras on our heads?
On Sunny 93.3.